Ever wondered where anatomy is encoded in living systems? How does a tadpole know how to transform into a frog? How does each body part know where to move and by how much? Well, Professor Michael Levin from the biology department at Tufts University has some fascinating insights on this topic. A few years ago, his team discovered that the process of transformation from a tadpole to a frog is not as hardwired as previously thought. The tadpole doesn't just remember which direction and how much each piece of the face moves. They found that there is more intelligence to this process. In an experiment, they created what they called Picasso Frogs. These are tadpoles where everything is in the wrong position. The eyes are on the side of the head, the jaws are off to the side, the nostrils are too far back. Yet these Picasso tadpoles, with all parts in the wrong position, still largely became pretty normal frogs. Each piece moved in novel paths, sometimes even doubling back to give a normal frog. This suggests that the tadpole must remember the right position. It has to store a set point, a complex data structure. This set point isn't a single number but a large-scale geometry. It's a coarse-grained descriptor of some kind of anatomy. Moreover, it's a large-scale geometry that is irreducible to the reductive materialistic explanations of Darwinian evolution. As physicist Brian Miller noted in 2017, Tom concluded in his book Structural Stability and Morphogenesis that the process of development should be thought of as being controlled by an algebraic structure outside space-time itself. Likewise, Robert Rosen argued that life can only be understood as a mathematical abstraction consisting of functional relationships, irreducible to mechanistic processes. Moreover, Levin goes on to note that the idea of goal-directed processes, teleology, isn't something that's very comfortable for molecular biology. In fact, teleology, since it strongly suggests design in biology, is simply denied within Darwinian metaphysics, in spite of the fact that Darwinists themselves are constantly invoking teleological explanations. As J.B.S. Haldane noted, teleology is like a mistress to a biologist. He cannot live without her, but he's unwilling to be seen with her in public. The usual idea within the reductive materialism of Darwinian evolution is that there should be the emergence of anatomy, emergent complexity. But here we see that things are working towards a goal, just like any navigational system does. Moreover, the fact that biological form is found to be irreducible to material explanations isn't something that is really new. A few thousand years ago, Aristotle foresaw that the form of an organism was irreducible to material particulars. He believed that species exist, not as an abstraction, but they exist nonetheless. Each organism, each unified whole, consists of a material and immaterial part. As Logan Paul Gage noted in his article titled Darwin, Design, and Thomas Aquinas, the Aristotelian provides a good answer. It is because species really exist, not as an abstraction in the sky, but they exist nonetheless. We recognize the squirrel's form, which it shares with other members of its species, even though the particular matter of each squirrel differs. So each organism, each unified whole, consists of a material and immaterial part, a form. So what does this all mean? It means that the traditional Darwinian framework, with its reductive materialistic approach, is simply on the wrong conceptual foundation to ever understand biological form. As Aristotle, and now Michael Levin point out, biological form isn't and can't be the result of the bottom-up processes of Darwinian materialism, but must be the result of top-down, goal-directed, and even immaterial processes. It's a top-down process with each part intelligently moving towards a set point, directly implying teleology and thus directly implying design. This has profound implications on our understanding of biology. To repeat, Levin's findings strongly suggest that biology is dependent on intelligent, goal-directed, top-down, even immaterial processes that shape biological form, and that the bottom-up materialistic processes of Darwinian evolution are grossly inadequate in ever providing a coherent explanation for biological form.